Hello, my name is TJ Walker, and I'm your guest host of Renew. Renew is a show about the College of Forest Resources. The College of Forest Resources works to enable and promote the conservation, management, and wise use of our diverse natural resources. Within our College of Forest Resources, we have 3 departments. And today, we're going to learn a little bit more about the Department of Sustainable Bioproducts. Here with me today is Assistant Professor Dr. Fred França.
Hey,
Welcome to the show.
Yes, thanks for having me here today.
All right, no problem. So we'll dive right into the conversation. So you are originally from Brazil.
Yeah, that's right.
So what brought you to the United States and to Mississippi State?
I came to Mississippi State University looking for a PhD opportunity to get my PhD degree, and today I'm a assistant professor here at Mississippi State University.
Okay, so prior to coming here, what was your academic journey?
Well, I have my background is in forest products.
Okay.
I have an undergrad in wood products engineering and a master's degree in forest science.
Okay, all right.
What links me to the state of Mississippi.
Gotcha. Interesting. So within the college, we use the word or the term sustainable bioproducts. And for those who may be watching the show, a prospective student, a parent that may not know exactly what we mean by that, can you explain that to our watchers?
Yes, a sustainable bioproducts is a product that comes from a biological species, for example, wood species or bamboo or grass, in a way that we can use this product in a way that future generations also have opportunity to use. So for example, if we plant southern pine and we harvest southern pine for lumber, we also should plant new trees so the future generations could also have opportunity to harvest trees and use lumber as we do today.
Nice, thank you.
Yes.
So moving on to the next question. In your research, you specialize in non-destructive testing of wood. Can you tell us exactly what that is?
Yes, I can. Non-destructive testing, as the name says, is a test that doesn't destroy the specimen. It's non-destructive. So what that means is a test that, well, let me explain it better. Some of the mechanical properties, some of the properties that we test wood, we have to break the specimen.
Okay.
For example, we bend the specimen till it breaks. So we can reach the maximum load. We can see how much this piece can hold.
Okay.
But non-destructive testing is a way that we can know how much this piece can hold without breaking it. So it's smart, so we can test and then use the material instead of breaking and then have to throw away after.
Understand.
So it's a way to, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I understand that testing is used in products like service telephone poles, lumber, and so why is it so important to test that?
It's important so we can extend the lifespan of products like a utility pole that is in service, holding the lines, passing power through. We don't need to interrupt the power to take that pole out and put a new pole in service if the pole is good.
Right.
And the same way we can use non-destructive testing to test and to see if that pole is still good, because since it's a biological material, it rots over time. So before this utility pole collapse and hurt somebody or stop the power line, we can substitute this pole for a new one on the right timing.
Understand.
So we save money with that.
So when you're doing the testing, you are testing for strength and stiffness?
Yes, I'm testing for stiffness, and stiffness is the best way to predict strength.
Understand. Okay. So I read about you, and I read about some of your research, and I understand that you pulled data from specimens that were tested in the mid-1960s to compare them to present-day lumber. So what did you find?
Well, we found out that trees still trees. The southern pine that is original from this area that we harvest, like you said, 50, 60 years ago, and we're still harvesting today. The trees, like I said, the trees is still the same ones producing the same wood, but we are harvesting earlier the trees. Instead of waiting 100 years to harvest the tree, we are able to harvest trees with early ages, like 40, 50 years old, holding the same properties. So the wood today is as strong as in the past.
So it's safe to say that the strength and stiffness of lumber hasn't really changed in 50 years.
No, it did not.
Wow, that's interesting. So is it also safe to say that the southern pine timberland retains and increases its value per acre?
Yes, it's holding its value, and with the advantage, with more technology that we have today, we are able to process this wood better than we did in the past. So we have a better yield today. The industry has technology, computers, high definition cameras, and other technologies to do a better use of the logs.
Understand. So, great segue. Speaking of technology, I understand that you co-developed a phone app for individuals to test lumber. Tell us a little bit more about the app.
Well, the app uses a technology that is not new. It uses waves, sound waves, and vibration waves. And the phone nowadays has always had a microphone that collects sound waves, and also has something called accelerometer. That's one when you flip the phone, you can see the image changes the position. So the phone knows when it's vertical, horizontal, or, you know. And the app is able to collect the vibration from the lumber and convert it to a number. And this number is the stiffness. So the phone is able to catch the stiffness of each piece of lumber, you know.
Okay. So is the app just available for current researchers? Is it open to the public? Can anyone download the app?
Yes, the app is free and available at the App Store. Yes, anyone can download and make a good use of it.
Okay. So if I was searching for it today, what's the name of the app?
The app is called the Smart Thumper.
Smart Thumper.
Yes, and it has videos inside that you can learn how to use it.
Nice.
Yes.
I'll have to check that out later. So last question. As a homeowner, why is it important for me to test lumber in the box store before I go home and work on my DIY project?
Well, yes, for your DIY project, it's good because the lumber at the lumber yard, they are already graded in a class, in a certain class. So they call this package. Every piece supposedly has the same, they don't have the same strength, but they have a minimum strength. So they are all stronger than a certain number. And with the phone, you could test each piece. Since each piece has a different stiffness, you would be able to pick the strongest piece and take it home for the same value, like a high stiffness for the same price. So we would pick the best ones out of the package.
Understand. That is very useful.
Yes, it is.
So if we were showing this show to high school students, we were showing this to parents, we were doing a presentation, what would be your message to students who may be considering careers in natural resources, forest products, or even sustainable bioproducts?
Yes, I think since the app is a good example because the iPhone app is a mix of today's technology with one of the most primitive materials the human has used, that is wood. It's a mix of the past wood products and the new technology today. So I think the app and the iPhone or technology brings the attention of the younger generations.
Understand.
And
So are there any gaps in the research that you feel like for new students coming in that they should be thinking about these initiatives or problems that we're seeing in forest products?
Well, I see the younger generations, we always lived in wooden houses, and we still live in wooden houses. And it doesn't matter if the house is small or big, it's made out of wood. And I believe the younger generations should pay more attention in wood products in general, because it's a strong field with plenty jobs and generates lots of revenue for state of Mississippi.
Understand. You mentioned jobs and career outcomes. Typically, when we're speaking to prospective students and parents about their college decisions or their career decisions, how much money they're going to make is typically one of the biggest questions, or the most important decision makers for them. So are there industry partners or industry leaders that tend to recruit our students here at Mississippi State, or you see a lot of your students when they graduate going to work for certain industries?
Yes, more often we go to conference and meet industry people. They're always looking for students from our department. And I can tell you a good example. Recently, we went to Tacoma, Washington. We visit APA. It's a big wood agency. They study plywood. They control the plywood industry in this country. And over there, we had a chance to meet 5 students from this department, from our department. Today, they already graduate. They are employees today. And we were really proud to visit APA. It's a big agency in our field, and we had 5 Mississippi State graduates there. So we are proud to see that we are reaching the market.
Yeah. So it definitely sounds like careers in natural resources, specifically careers in sustainable bioproducts, have very positive outcomes for our students.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Thank you. Well, Dr. França, it's definitely been a pleasure speaking with you today. I thank you for sharing your insights about your pathway to Mississippi State and about the career outcomes for our students. That is our show. Thank you for tuning in to Renew, and we'll see you next time.